Michael Stets with the Fight Nerd. I'm here with legendary K1 kickboxer Ray Sefo, who now is the new president of the World Series of Fighting promotion. November 3rd is the inaugural event, so talk about the new promotion and how it came to fruition.
I just have a tape recorder so I can repeat this. But it came about after a radio interview with Crooklyn on Tap Out Radio, and she, was asking about K1 and him, that. And one of those questions was who I thought was going to take it over, and do they, that they knew that they still owed me a lot of money, and I was like, I wish I could, I wish I had the finance to be able to do that and take it over. And long story short is that when that interview was over, I was thinking that I was going to call one of my buddies who, who's pretty wealthy, and see if he wanted to invest in doing that. So I was thinking, okay, because I knew he was out of town, so I get a call. So I was thinking maybe I'll call him Monday or Tuesday. Now this interview happened on a Friday night. 8 o'clock the next morning, which is Saturday, I get a phone call from him.
Wow.
And he's like, brother, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm heading off to training. And he's like, what are you doing after that? And I said, I guess I'm having breakfast with you. And he goes, okay, let's do that. 9:30, I meet up with him for breakfast, and we sit down. And I was like, it's funny because I was going to call you in a few days. He says, oh, okay. So I'm like, what's up? And he's like, I've been thinking for a little while now that to talk to you about starting a fight league. What you thought about that? I'm looking at him going, are you psycho or something? He goes, why? What's up? And I'm like, because that's exactly the reason why I wanted to call him on Monday, Tuesday, but he beat me to the call.
You're talking about Sig, right?
No, Sig is Sig is our CEO.
Okay.
He's also, one of the owners of Wizards of Fighting. But no, this is another buddy of mine, who's a silent partner, and long story short is that it was crazy that we were thinking about the same thing at the same time. Me thinking about calling him thinking about calling me,
right,
about the fight league, and here we are. That was the birth of Wizards of Fighting, and now we're here today with an amazing card with a show on NBC Sports. We also partnered with Caesars Entertainment Group, and an amazing pool of talent. So we're so blessed and to have everything in place right now, and to have the people that are on board.
And what kind of business model is the World Series of Fighting going to be? Could it be a tournament base? Could it be just matchmaking like the UFC? Who will handle the matchmaking duties for the promotion?
Well, our matchmaker is Ali Abdelouis. He's been in the game a long time. He's a judo Olympian. He manages from Frankie Edgar. So he's our matchmaker. The tournament scenario, originally that was what we were looking to do. And due to some setbacks, we kind of changed the format into what it is now, and because we figured that by doing what we're doing right now, it's going to allow us to have a bigger roster and allow us to pick guys and and put guys in spots for that tournament, and then look at a tournament scenario somewhere down the line. Probably third, fifth, maybe sixth event, and then we're looking at doing tournament events.
Okay, and as far as title pictures, you're just going to get a few cards under your belt before you start like a title matchup, anything like that?
Right, exactly. Ali and I were just talking about this a few days ago, actually. Probably by the third or the fourth event, we'll definitely look at setting some title fights put together.
And fights will be under the unified rules?
Correct.
And 10-sided cage, I'm hearing about. Explain the 10-sided cage.
Well, we were sitting around, myself and my partners and I were sitting around in the office, obviously throwing things at each other, like the name, like the cage, and we started drawing certain things, and the decagon came about, and one of our partners, son Christian, was also in the room and doing a few drawings, and he's like, uh, yeah, what about a decagon? And we looked at it and we're like, wow, yeah, that looks great. Let's do that. And so that's how that came about. It was all just brainstorming, and that's how the name came about. That's how the cage came about. So it was good.
That's cool. And NBC Sports, formerly the Versus Network. How long will the deal be? Is it? I've heard it's mixed things. I've heard it's a one fight. See how it goes. There's a multi fights. You have some heavy hitters on the announcing team. You have Boss Rutan and the voice, Michael Stets, taking care of the commentary.
Right.
Mike Straka doing the pre and post fight interviews. So TV should go off without a hitch. But talk about is it more than one fight deal?
Well, right now, I mean, obviously, our first show, after our first show, NBC and the team will sit down and discuss further, down the line of how many shows and the future that Wizards of Fighting and NBC Sports are going to have together, and then we'll go from there. That's where it's at the moment.
And finding talent for and fighter contracts. I see Anthony Johnson has a multi-fight deal already. How are you going to go with obviously the upper echelon, the UFC, and you have fighters that leave there. You have cast-offs or retreads, guys that are kind of journeymen in different promotions. Are you looking to get guys locked down full time, or are you also accepting that you might have some guys that run through and take off, go somewhere else?
Well, I mean, you can't control what guys want to do, but our contract is definitely exclusive, because we want to be able to. Again, one of the reasons why that is we're looking to build our own talent as well. We have a lot of young talents that's gonna probably be in the second show, and also we know that my job is to make sure that these guys are looked after. My job is to make sure that these guys needs are met in terms of just like any partnership, it goes both ways. It's 50-50. I put up my hand for you, and you put your hand out for me. So it's that simple. It's just like with the contract. I pay you to fight, you come and fight. I don't pay you to fight, and you come and run around the cage and do nothing. You know what I mean?
Right now.
So it's a 50-50 partnership.
And how about being in Vegas, UFC's backyard? Dana White has that tombstone. He puts all the promotions that fail on it. Any feelings towards being there, or are you just doing your own thing? I'm sure it's going to be talked about. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, no, listen, I have a great relationship with UFC. I don't have, they are nothing but inspiration to me and our team, and they should be an inspiration to any fight league out there because of what they've done for the sport. They are the mecca of what MMA is all about, and they've done nothing but great things for the sport. And so I have a good relation with them. I train some of their top fighters. Our matchmaker has a good relation with them. We went and sat down with one of our partners went down and sat down with Lorenzo from way in the beginning, and also Dana. And we got we
kind of like getting a blessing.
Right, we got their blessing to be to do what we do, and we're really thankful for that too, because again, like I said, listen, we're not looking to step on anybody's toes. We're not looking to compete with UFC. We can't. Nobody can compete with UFC. UFC is what they do. But what we do want to do is to be at some day, is be as good as UFC. Now that's going to take some time. It's going to take some work. But that's what hard work is all about. You gotta be prepared to grind, just like in a fight game. You gotta get up every day and go to the gym. So it's the same as for what we're trying to do is get up every day and make sure that this organization is gonna move forward in the direction that we want to go. You know what I mean? And that's to put on good shows and uh, and and be a force in the MMA world. Again, you got to crawl before you walk, and that's exactly what we're doing. You know, I think a lot of the times that some of these fight leagues come out and they try to be bigger than what they are, and that's definitely not our goal. Our goal is to take one step at a time and move forward slowly.
And in regards to the card, so let's touch on the main card here. You went with the heavyweight main event. You got Orlovsky, Devin Cole. You have Gregor Gracie. You have Anthony Johnson. You have Miguel Torres. So you got a little bit of everything. You got some small guys. You got a Gracie in there.
Right.
You got a heavyweight action. So talk about the card.
Listen, we're really blessed to have the card that we have. You know, all the talent that's on that card. Super nice guys, super talented. You know, someone says, you know, why don't we put this guy on the main card? Why don't we put this guy on the main card? I'm like, the main card can only have 4 guys, you know, 4 fights, because that's the time that television allows. Geez, I wish that all the fights could be on the main card. Sure. You know what I mean? But
the
unfortunately,
prelims is on SureDog.
Yes, the prelims is on SureDog, and so that's, you know. But I mean, even having listen, Hoist Gracie is a good friend of mine. Hansel Gracie is a good friend of mine, and to have a Gracie name on the card, it's a plus. They started this sport. The sport's always going to be, they're always going to be known as the, you know, the grandfathers of mixed martial arts, and so to have a Gracie on the card at any time is a plus. And so Gregor is, you know, it's a very marketable guy, super nice guy, good looking.
He looked excellent in his ONE FC fight too.
Right, exactly. He showed that, you know, he can mix it up, you know, not only standing but also his ground game. So we're really blessed to have him as well, and then, you know, to have Andre Arlovsky, Devin Cole, Anthony Johnson, Miguel Torres, DJ Letterman, Tyrone Spong, you know, making his debut.
That's where I was going with next. And I'm sure it's going to bring a smile to your face. Is Tyrone Spong, a man who you fought K1,
right,
and he's been around as long as there is, tough as they come.
And he's still young.
And he's 27, with 68 wins he's got, and making his MMA debut. So you got to be proud about a fellow kickboxer. I'm sure you have a soft spot for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Super proud of. I mean, like, you know, I'm proud of Tyrone either way because of what he's achieved in his career. There's not many people that say, you know, can say that he's in the middleweight division. He was pretty much undefeated. I mean, like, he was just a beast. In the heavyweight division, he's making a mark, and, you know, now he's making his debut as an MMA fighter, and still, you know.
And he's at light heavy,
fighter.
Right? He'll be fighting at light heavy.
Right. And so, yeah, really looking forward to that fight. But the rest of the card is amazing. You know, you got Josh Berkman against Jared Harris. You got Miguel Torres against Marlon Morales. Is that right?
Yeah, Morales. Yeah.
And so, you know, the whole card is stacked. And again, I never thought we would have so much talent and so much talent to pull from in our first card, and so we're very lucky and very blessed. And that's the reason why, you know, a lot of these reporters have asked, you know, do we have room for another league? I think all you got to do is look at the card we have, and it tells you that there is room, a lot of room for another league, and I think the more the merrier. And it's not only good for the sport, but it's also good for the fighters to have more leagues out there, you know.